Hey everybody, it's that time again. Good morning. I felt a big old blast of really good stuff last night. Saw some interesting stuff in the skies and fasted yesterday without planning to do so. And I did have a cup of coffee this morning, but I think it might carry on through the day and perhaps even further into the future. I don't know. So who knew? I'm fasting, which always does a good thing for me. So what am I feeling? The portal for this new moon in Gemini opens today, and the sun moves into Gemini today. So lots and lots of Gemini energy. Mercury's at home in Gemini. Venus is retrograde in Gemini. I happen to have been born on a new moon with the sun and moon conjunct in Gemini. So I feel like I feel this rebirthing energy attached to this new moon coming up. And I got the phrase as I came out of the dream state this morning. I heard, when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, I heard new light. So rebirthing new light is what I'm getting. It's coming in bits and pieces. There's a lot of back and forth, a lot of up and down. That one really wants to be there. Okay. So I guess I'm pulling today for this portal opening of the new moon. The new moon's not until the 22nd, which is on Friday. But let's just see what the cards have to say for everybody. This is our daily spread for May 20th, 2020. I am Tarot by Keyth. All right. Two of Pentacles comes up in the recent past. Makes sense to me. Money stuff. Some money came in for me yesterday that I've been waiting for, and more is showing up today. So I had been kind of stressed about it and decided to just kind of let it go, trusting it would show up. And then yesterday things just kind of clicked. Two of Pentacles. 2 is the number of balance, duality, and partnership. Balance being a big one here. And the number 2 is intrinsically linked to the number 8, as you can obviously see in this card, right? One coin is in the top square, representing spirituality, and one coin is in the bottom square. There's minimal, this is not a symmetrical card, even though it looks like it. The minor arcanum of the Marseille Tarot they have very subtle differences, different numbers of lines on this flower, 6 opposed to the 5 here. There's a different number of petals on this coin opposed to that one. So they all mean something. But Two of Pentacles is about this flow of earth energy, because Pentacles represent the earth sign. So this is the inhale and the exhale of physical resources. Usually means money. But this is knowing that money comes in and money goes out, and trusting that it will come back, and listening to your guidance for inspired action. That's what the Ace of Wands was telling us yesterday, inspired action. And this is about just letting that flow, letting go of the worry. There's small dots of red action at the center of these coins, but the amount of red that you need to take is far outweighed by the spiritual flowers around it, represented by light blue, and then the 4 intuitive little petals in between, little leaves. So again, this is about that flow state. And anytime we can get ourselves into flow state and get out of the fear and out of the worry, we are opening ourselves up to hearing what we need to do and trusting that those actions will provide what we need. The universe has our back. It's all good. And the more we can get into that energy, the more things start to flow. So when you're in flow state, the amount of action that you need to take is actually way less than the amount of listening that you need to do. We tend to, especially in today's modern world, we tend to think we have to just work really, 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 really hard. But if we can slow down and breathe and get in that flow state, we can actually work less and earn more. All right, so that's the recent energies. That's what we're leaving, and this is where we are. And I just talked about how 2 is linked to the number 8, and now we have the 8 of Swords. All right, so the number 8 is pretty not anomalous. It's strange. It messed with me for a while, because in numerology, the number 8 stands for action, change, and regeneration. However, it's an even number, which means it's on the receptive, passive, dark blue, feminine side of the card. So I was like, well, how can something be receptive and active at the same time, which is what the number 8 kind of says intrinsically. So I was in meditation one day and I saw the number 8 and I heard the phrase receptive action. So whenever I see the number 8, I think of receptive action. And the number 8 is tied into the moon, the feminine energy of the moon, the reflected light of the moon. So this is about, and the same thing, the same story that was in the center of the Two of Pentacles coins, this tiny red dot at the heart, surrounded by spirituality and intuition, with a much greater emphasis on the blues than the red. So again, this is about receptive action. This is about going within. Things will pop up in our third dimensional reality to teach us a lesson. In this case, because it's the sword sign, it has to do with mental energy, your mental body, your intellect. So something's going to come up, something is coming up in the present moment that's challenging us mentally in the way that we think. And the lesson of the Eight of Swords is, if you go within and ask for guidance and listen and stop everything and listen, meditate, get into that state, open yourself up to hear what's available. When you do that, the action that you need to take will present itself to you, and it won't be a struggle, it won't be a chore, it won't be a monumental task. It's a small action that's inspired from receptivity. So you receive the guidance you need on which actions to take, in this case in the mental energies. And look at these 4 beautiful flowers, 8 being the double 4, and 4 is stability, application, and formation. And these are spiritual, intuitive flowers, light blue and dark blue, with red buds of action. So same message, right? The fruit of the flower is the action that you need to take. But encasing it and coming out of the earth, it comes from receptivity. And plants love to grow in the moonlight. So moon, receptivity, new moon, there's all kinds of little ties here. Okay, so yesterday-ish into early today-ish is this balancing of money, inhale, exhale, letting it flow, let it guide you on what you need to do, and trust that you'll be provided for. Receptive action in the air energy and the sword sign. Listen to what you need to do and don't think your way out of tapping in to listen. And what we're moving into, we have a major arcanum. So that's the trump card of a 3-card spread. And this is major arcanum 3, the Empress. Love this card. She's looking toward the future with green eyes. Green eyes. She has green eyes. Green is that color of rebirth. And I was talking about rebirthing new light today. So she's seeing with new vision. She's got a new vision here. So that could be receiving a new way of thinking from this 8 of Swords. And now she's seeing the world with it. And 3 is one of the master numbers, one of the master builder numbers of 369, which is how the crystalline grid operates in the universe. So we always pay attention to it. Even though she's a feminine figure, the 3 is an odd number, which means it has a masculine active energy. She's the creator. 3 stands for creativity, expression, and growth. She loves to create. Her creative center, her sexual center, is wide open, and there's a green leaf of rebirth right there as she holds the scepter up, leaning toward the future, which is orange, a mixture of this yellow and red here. So taking what she's learned, yellow, and putting it into action, divine masculine red. A beautiful mixture of red and blue in the card. She's receiving what she needs to do and has an active heart to do it. Green rebirth in the card. On the receptive past side of the card, she's holding on to this golden eagle, which is inspired knowledge of what you need to do, your main mission in life. The golden eagle shows up in the Emperor too, and it's shielded by this light blue spiritual shield. Her wingback chair has these blue wings. They don't have feathers yet. They will. She gets her feathers in Major Arcanum 14, which is Temperance. But this is the birth, the green birth of these angel wings, spiritual wings with which she can take flight. Her consciousness is in the top half of the card, and she's looking toward the future, knowing that she can create. She's got an idea, and she wants to take action on it. So that kind of makes sense to me. In the recent past, we have the Two of Pentacles, Flow of financial resources, inhale, exhale, trust it will show up. Listen to spiritual guidance on what actions to take, and don't be scared of it. The action is not as bad as you're making it out to be in your head. Eight of Swords, receptive action in your mental energies. Again, get still, meditate, listen, reach out for what you need, the guidance that you need to take the small red dot of action. Way more spirit and intuition than red in this card. Eight of Swords, and we're moving into putting that into action. So whatever you're hearing from this card, the Empress is gonna run with it and create it, and it's a big golden eagle of an idea. It's still forming. You can see that this wing on the receptive feminine side of the card isn't yet fully formed. It is fully formed in the Emperor, which is Major Arcanum 4, where we're heading to next. But you get the idea. So that's our daily spread for May the 20th, 2020. I'm Tarot by Keyth, and thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.